Hey there, I'm Vergola, and you're listening to a Pup in the Life, Pod-fessions of a founder's pup. In this walking podcast, I will tell you all about my life with Mom, who's a startup founder, talking startups, entrepreneurship, but also other interesting topics such as mental health and a bit of fun too. Join us in this walk of life. Hey there, this is Vergola, and this is yet another week in the podcast of Pup in the Life. So, today, Mom just was talking about something around creativity, which is one of her actual favorite topics. And she actually said there was something on LinkedIn that she was reading from a guy called Maurizio Cavazzoni. So I was actually quoting him. Guy's been training volleyball and doing similar stuff for coaching after he just went down with volleyball coaching. And he just shared a thought a couple of days ago, which is, I'm going to read it to you, like translating it in English. Yes, I'm a dog, I can read. No, I'm kidding. Mom is reading that. Creativity is born and lives inside the conscience. It's invisible to the people who reside in the body. So limited by that, which new body could potentially make visible the invisible? Is it a topic about speed and time? If conscience is energy, it is light, it is universe. And if the body is visible matter of the universe, how do we see the universe? Of which senses do we need? Which senses do we need? This is a purely philosophical question. It actually involves kind of the way we think about things and we perceive reality. And we've been talking about reality for a long time in this podcast because actually my reality is kind of different than Mom's reality, right? And then any other people's reality. And there was a comment below that says, in fact, creativity doesn't come from the mind. So it actually doesn't come from rationality, it doesn't come from the way we perceive reality and the way we think about reality. So what does this actually mean? That it probably, if you want to work, like to get very practical, on creativity, you shall not work on creativity based on the rational things. Like you cannot wake up at a day in your life and say, I want to be creative today. There's no way. I mean, you can control that. You can train it. Mom is a big proponent of that. You can train creativity, but you cannot decide. You are becoming creativity and you got to be more creative one day. It doesn't come from that. There is a big topic around this about how ideas come from just being bored, from just external stimuli, but we will just concentrate on the fact that we are talking about is creativity like born where? And so to this comment and to this post, creativity is actually born in the conscience. I'm sorry, this is very hard to pronounce, both in Italian and in English. So from what Wilhelm Friedrich Hegel was actually studying, it was actually kind of a way to think that, oh, we're meeting another dog. Okay. No, we are not meeting the dog. I'm sorry. We don't have time for this now. Yeah. So what basically makes the difference is the fact that the conscience is, first of all, something that is not touchable. It is not controllable somehow. Everybody has one, even though, and actually somebody would just say, we are all impermeated into the words conscience. And it's actually another way to say soul. Right? And so what we can say about this is that the actual, I don't like cats, I'm sorry. The actual way of understanding and translating this is that creativity comes from the soul. And so if practically speaking, we're gonna say that creativity is actually a thing of the soul, this means that when you think about creativity and you conceive creativity and you want to feed creativity, you need to feed and think about and just work on your soul. And how do you work on your soul? Well, there's thousands of years of religions that could potentially answer the question, and I don't want to get into that since everybody has their own beliefs, and I don't even care, especially because I'm a dog. But what it can do is feed your soul with the things that are not rational and that you cannot control. So, for example, the arts. For example, nature. For example, movement. For example, the things that actually light up your body and mind in, let's say, just like as triggers to what lights up your soul. It is activities like also reading, like just taking the time for yourself, which goes beyond the actual productivity at work, which of course this is a podcast about work, about CEO life, about, you know, a day, the life of a pup, as a chief cuteness, chief cuddles officer at a startup, just like me. But I am also very aware that the big role that I have to accomplish in mom's life, and that all other dogs have to accomplish if their human is a startup founder, is actually, and not only that, is actually being able to deliver on the soul part. And so I think I'm very entitled to talk about it. Anyways, I know this is kind of hard to swallow. I know it's not a playbook you can use, but you need to take time. You need to take time to accept it. First off, you need time to understand it. Then you need time to accept it. And just then you can work on that. And it doesn't mean you're wasting time. If you're taking the time to, for example, I don't know, just taking your dog, like me, for a walk. Taking the time to meditate. Taking the time to really get bored and do the stuff that you wouldn't actually never block your calendar for. So let me know if this has been working for you. Let me know where, in your opinion, creativity was born. And we're gonna talk tomorrow in a Pup in the Life. Follow us on socials and share this episode if you liked. You can also leave us a comment on Spotify. And now we're gonna eat something. Bye! Hey, it was great to walk with you today. I hope to see you again around soon. By the way, in the meantime, you can find me on Mom's social media. If you look for Marta Basso, which is MartaBasso. Yes, it's Marta without an H. Just find us, send us a like, a comment, a message, reshare the episode if you liked it. I will send you all my hugs and kisses and a bit of barks as well. Walk with you next episode. Bye!